Pretty Petals. I haven't seen you for a little while. When I turn off the camera, it feels like I haven't seen you for ages. I'm Kim. If I haven't seen you before, then welcome. Why not click that subscribe button and become a Pretty Petal. Today I'm going to tell you all about my postpartum psychosis and finish off the story of me and my son. He's now 2. No more confusion please, not preggers again. I have only just had the confidence to talk to the internet about what I went through, and I just hope this story can help others get through hard times after pregnancy, during pregnancy. Just want to tell you my story, hopefully to help others. So let's get into the video. This is the third part of my story. I will link the other 2 videos down below. So I left off where I was in the hospital for 2 weeks after I had given birth to Rory. So basically I kind of knew there was something not quite right. I knew I wasn't myself, although I just wanted to go home. All I wanted was to be in my own environment with my baby, and I didn't quite understand why I was being spoken about, why I didn't have freedom to be myself anymore. So for a couple of weeks I got to know the nurses really well. They come for walks with me to see Rory because it was right on the other side of the hospital, and I wasn't confident going on my own at first. I was very claustrophobic. I couldn't go in the lift, and then going up and down the stairs, the only way I can explain it is it felt like a swimming pool. Like the stairs at the swimming pool, it had a funny smell. It was just unusual, it wasn't quite right. I couldn't fathom why I was feeling this way, and just knew there was something wrong, and it wasn't something I could control. That's what I didn't like. I had a loss of control. So I was going back and forth to see Rory, extremely upset, down in the dumps. I had separation from him. I was struggling with breastfeeding. I did try, but because he had a lack of salt in his system, he had to be fed through a tube, and he'd already been fed by a bottle. So I was kind of going back and forth with breastfeeding, and it wasn't for me. It didn't work out. I did try again, but we'll get to that. And then when we got further down the line of the 2 weeks, I remember going to the office and seeing the head nurse and saying, I need to go somewhere, I need help. I was at the end of my tether and I was I knew there was something wrong. In the beginning I didn't. My husband noticed more or less straight away. But at this point I said I would like to go somewhere, I need help. And then later on I went to a mother and baby unit. So the mother and baby unit was in Bethlehem, which is in London. It's a beautiful place. They have large grounds. You can go for walks in the park, and there was art classes on site, pottery, yoga. They've done a number of classes, breathing classes, cooking classes, everything to help you get creative and get better. And I'm quite a creative person, so this did help me. But I also think at a stage I was probably doing too much. I was probably looking at all the activities to do in the day and not spending much time with Rory. I can't even explain how the symptoms made me feel. I can, but it's a very intense feeling. I had heightened senses, which means exactly what it says really. I could feel more, I could taste more, I could smell more and almost see more. Like, you know when you can see the dust in the air, it's like as in a video game. So surreal. I had racing thoughts, so constantly thinking, constantly singing, writing, speaking, thinking. It was a surreal feeling. I could go on to many other things. I can answer any questions if you comment down below. I will do another video with questions and answers if need be in the future. And what else can I reference from the mother and baby unit? So every week or so you'd have a meeting with all the nurses and they'd go over what you've been through so far, your story, how far you've come, and basically tell you you will get better, but things take time. I also was always on a major high in my postpartum psychosis. It is compared to a bipolar episode, so you have your ups and your downs. So the whole way through I was on an up, and then towards the end they said to me, oh, you're going to go home for the weekend, you're going to have a weekend at home. And I was so excited, but I got a bit upset about it and very emotional. And then all of a sudden they took that away from me. They said, we don't think you're ready to go home. And that broke my heart. So I broke down really, and I was no longer on a high, I was on a low. But I would say the rest of the time I was high as a kite on nothing. I did have to take medication. It's 2 forms of medication. I was in the mother and baby unit for 3 months, and there are other mother and babies that I'm still in touch with, and we all have different stories and different ways of explaining things, I suppose. And I do believe there was only 2 of us with postpartum psychosis, where the rest of us had some form of depression or anxiety. So we were surrounded with people that we were all stood under the same umbrella, I would say. But in a way, I think they're total different ends of the spectrum, shall we say. There's a lot of conspiracy, a lot of symptoms that have happened before, and I feel I hadn't progressed enough in my psychosis to be a major harm to myself or anyone else, especially Rory. But I understand they had to protect him and protect me. So in order, they'd ask me all the time, am I having bad thoughts? Am I wanting to hurt myself or hurt anybody else? I wasn't allowed a long phone charger. I wasn't allowed a mirror. Wasn't allowed a glass, so on and so forth. It was an intense period of my life, and it seemed to go so slowly. You do end up comparing yourself to others in your environment, but I think you always compare yourself to others regardless. But what went through my head was, why is this mum getting to go out with her baby and sing on the grass and have a dance, why I'm sitting indoors in the boiling hot weather? I remember it was a heat wave at that time as well. I'm saying as well because we've just had a heat wave in England. But I literally had no clothes that fit me properly. And I remember my mum and dad come to see me, and we took Rory out, and I got a dress from a charity shop nearby because it was so hot. And it's just the little things like that. You would only be allowed to go out on a walk with other mothers and their babies with the prams once a day. I couldn't go out on my own unless I was going with someone to a class or to go and do something with my family, or if a friend come to see me. Later on I could go out, but in the beginning it was very, I would almost compare it to a prison. I know that's a bit extreme, but at the point that's how I felt. I was in a tiny little room and it just wasn't an ideal situation. It could have been a lot worse because I could have been without Rory, but Rory was with me, luckily. Apparently in the beginning when we was at hospital, they wanted to section me and take Rory away from me. I think he's coming. Here he comes. Rory. There's my baby. There he is. See, he's 2 now. He's actually just found me in his potty. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're sitting on your potty with your nappy on. Okay, anyway. I'll have to sort him out and come check. I had a few friends come and see me. My family come and saw me near enough every day. But although I was always surrounded by people, I felt very isolated, lonely, and just kind of like an out of body experience. Like I was almost, from the outside looking in, I wasn't me. I was just looking at a version of myself. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever. Just wanted to tell this story to bring light to postpartum psychosis. I don't think a lot of people actually know what it is. I still think I'm learning, even though I've suffered with it. It's still, I didn't know what it was in the beginning, and I still don't know the ins and outs of it. I'm the patient, I'm not the doctor. So obviously I know that they have my best interests, but sometimes that doesn't mean that it's not going to hurt my feelings for them to perspire me in that way, because I don't think I ever would have thought about hurting myself, let alone hurt my child. It's just a mind fathoming thing for me, and it is something that I went through, and I want to kind of put in the past, but it'll always be a part of me, and I'll always remember it because it's made me the person I am today. And I am a mum now, and things are different. They're always going to be different, but what I always said is I'm never going to be the same. And what I realise now is no, you don't want to be the same person you were, because you are stronger. I'm talking about myself in like third person now, aren't I? I don't even know. And I I am stronger because of what I've been through, and I can now tell my story and hopefully help others be stronger and help others get through things, because I'm who I am and you can be whoever you want to be. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share to everyone you will benefit from this video. Here he comes again. You got biscuit? Is it wet? You got a wet biscuit? Oh. It's wet. It's wet. What are you doing? Go on then. Bye. Bye. Nice. Nice wet biscuit. Bye then. Say bye. Go. Mwah. Mwah. No. Give me kisses. Mwah. Let me kisses. Mwah. You're gonna come and give me a kiss. Here he goes. Come here. You're not stuck. Come here. Yeah. You're not stuck. Come here. Again. Again. Going in the front room. Off you go. Don't forget to share this video to anyone that will benefit from my story. Hopefully I will be able to help others just feel better and move on. Why he's smiling at me? Look at him. There he goes. I can't remember what I was saying now. Share this video and give it a like. Subscribe to the channel and become a pretty petal, and ring that bell for every video I post, and I will happily answer any of your questions in the future, and give us a comment on what other videos you'd like me to do also. I'll see you again next time, pretty petals. Bye. Say bye. Say bye. Bye, Molly. Say bye. Careful. Careful. Say bye. Jump. Jump, 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 jump. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. Not